Hey guys, welcome back. Now let's see if we're gonna win the game. If we hit the portal. Oops. Okay, sorry, I just accidentally hit the lava. Now let's see if we're gonna win it there. It's getting a little harder because yeah, you win. Then there's you win, but let's add some coins to our level. Something our player will collect to gain points. Now I'm gonna just draw this very simple look. No, it's gonna just be a yellow tile. It's just gonna be a yellow tile. Let's add those to our locations. There, now they're not really coins, and you see those just add these yellow tiles. Now we cannot collect the coin or gain points. So I'm gonna solve that. First, I'm gonna for element value of list, and then drag, and then from the scene category, drag out array of all the yellow locations, or known as the location I want to place my coins at. So I'm gonna set coin. I'm gonna set coin to this. No. So let's do it here, and then fill this with yellow and add a little depth. Now I'm gonna animate this later. Or if you don't know what animating means, but it just adds it to the center where my sprite just started. Now let's make this coin look a bit better. Let's move this depth to here, and then that's okay. Now notice that it's not starting on those yellow tiles. Now we have to place not place my sprite on top of value. We'll place coin on top of value. There, now let's remove these yellow tiles. Set transparent, add value. Now you see that it just adds. Now you see that it just adds these coins. Now what I want next is first I'm going to go to advanced. I'm gonna animate this. You can just click on these animation while it usually appears here if you're the first time, but since I use it very often, it appears here. Animation now set blah blah blah, and then I'm gonna animate. I'm gonna animate coin. Now this is kind of like the sprite editor, except there's sequence of frames here, and then this show previous frame. Now there is no previous frame, so it doesn't show up. Now the effect I'm going for is a spinning coin. So I'm just gonna add this and then and then I'm gonna add some depth here, and then let's animate this. Bring all this to here. Now since there's a previous frame, it shows the very outline. Now I'm gonna duplicate this frame, and then this won't look like that I'm going for a spinning coin, but if I'm done the animation, it's gonna look like a spinning coin. So now I'm going to drag out this here. And then drag out this. And then drag out it like this. I don't have the ability to fast forward, so I'm not. Now, like this. Now I know our animation is gonna be quicker than that, so let's go 100. See? Now it looks like a spinning coin. Now a shortcut is you can duplicate this and then drag it out to the next frame. Duplicate. Now you can see that our animation is like that with those sequence of frames. Now I'm just gonna press done, and then now you kind of see there's these animations. Now they're only spinning once, so let's set the loop 2 on. There, that kind of looks like a spinning coin. Now when I overlap a coin, I want to make it disappear and then change score by 1. So go to the sprites category and then go on sprite of kind player overlaps other sprite of kind player. Now this coin is not of kind player. Coins are of kind coin, let's say. Now when we overlap a coin, nothing happens because we haven't added any code yet. So I'm gonna go to sprite and then destroy other sprite. There, but it's not changing the score by 1. So I'm gonna show you how to make it change the score by 1. Okay, now we're going to go to the info category and then change score by 1. Alright, now we shall see our score is climbing up once we hit those. Now, let's add some enemies to our game. So I'm gonna add a flower, and if you didn't see my last video, you're thinking, wait a minute, flowers don't sound like enemies. Yeah, but if I overlap the flower, bees pollinate flowers, so it's gonna spawn a bee. So let's do this. Now, similar with what we did to the coin, we're going to drag out a for element value of array of all now array of all this locations. We're gonna set flower to of kind flower. Now I'm just gonna set this to 8. Now I'm gonna do now I'm just gonna first do a leaf. This was in the gallery before. Now let's do this. When we look that far, it doesn't look like a flower, but when we look much more farther, it will look like a flower. So I'm just gonna set it like this. This was in a gallery before, but if you don't want, and feel free to design on what kind of flower, or what kind of pattern do you want to apply? What kind of flower do you want to draw? Now I'm just gonna surround this with pink and then add yellow here. Now add this here and also those. And the final touch, add now this, add a white there. Now this will look like the flower, only the flowers of a kind flower. It's spawning it on those locations, so we're going to array of this locations. Now you see the flower that you drew. Now the problem, we're gonna duplicate this and then drag set flower value. Duplicate, set transparent value. Now nothing's happening when we overlap these flowers because we haven't added any code yet. But my time is running out again, so we will do the code in the next video. So see you in part 3, I guess. Oh yeah, this is part 2, so see you in part 3.